I think we're a charity awash, we're a county awash with charities. I think it's very difficult to define the number, but we believe there's around 4,000 not-for-profit organisations, which I think is far too many, if I'm honest. That's an overwhelming number, I think, for donors to make sense of. And that's possibly where the Community Foundation can help in trying to enable people to be more strategic about their giving. So I think there are a lot of fantastic charities doing great work, and we need to speak as one voice about what the needs are in the county and then look for solutions that actually address those. So I think that charities need to maybe work a little closer together, do a lot more collaboration, and in doing that we could probably access greater funding, and I think that's always something that charities are in need of. I think one of the things we've had a lot of success with over the last 4 years was something called the Community First Match Challenge. It was an initiative that the government actually set out to encourage community philanthropy. So for every £1 donated, they were adding 50 pence. So it didn't matter who you were, but you were suddenly getting a huge amount of gearing and leverage on your donation. And I think that can be an incentive for some people to get involved in philanthropy at an early stage. So I think in terms of the next budget, that would be something that we've definitely been campaigning for, and we've put a manifesto to the government because it did work. And I think community foundations around the UK generally, we raised over £130 million just from that one initiative alone. So it was a really good return, not only for the government, but for communities, and that is communities in Oxfordshire as well. The current climate, I think for me, the biggest challenge faced by most not-for-profits is getting people to understand that charities do have costs. Whilst people don't like to think of us running an organisation like a business, we are very much like any other organisation, and when we work with donors, we try and engage them in being a lot more intelligent and strategic in their giving, and one of those things has to be to cover the core costs of the operation, because without professional staff and people who understand some of the challenges that the very vulnerable and disadvantaged people face, you need to do that sensitively, and that needs people who are qualified and know that they have a job. You can't have teams of people that perhaps don't know if they're going to have a paycheck next month. So I think getting more donors engaged in covering core costs is a particular mission.